I'm sure you've heard the brain is quite the mystery. It's often said that the brain is the most complex organ in the human body, and for good reason. Despite centuries of study, scientists are still uncovering new aspects of how it works. The brain is responsible for everything we do, from the simplest actions like blinking to the most complex thoughts and emotions. It's a vast network of neurons and synapses, constantly communicating and processing information at lightning speed. The more we learn about the brain, the more we realize just how much there is still to discover. But today, we're diving deep to make it a little less mysterious. Ready to explore? We'll take a journey through the different parts of the brain, understand their functions, and see how they work together to create the incredible machine that is the human mind. We'll also look at some of the latest research and discoveries that are helping us unlock the secrets of the brain. So buckle up and get ready for a fascinating ride. Imagine your brain is like the world's busiest city, buzzing with activity 24/7. Just like a city, the brain has different areas that specialize in different functions. There are areas responsible for movement, others for processing sensory information, and still others for higher cognitive functions like thinking and planning. These areas are constantly communicating with each other, sending and receiving signals to keep everything running smoothly. It's a complex and dynamic system, always adapting and changing in response to new information and experiences. This amazing organ, about the size of two clenched fists, manages everything from your breathing to your memories. Despite its relatively small size, the brain is incredibly powerful. It contains around 86 billion neurons, each connected to thousands of other neurons, creating a vast network of communication pathways. These neurons work together to process information, make decisions, and control our actions. The brain is also incredibly energy efficient, using only about 20% of the body's energy despite being responsible for so many vital functions. First off, there's the cerebrum, the largest part. The cerebrum is divided into two hemispheres, each responsible for different functions. The left hemisphere is typically associated with logical thinking, language, and analytical skills, while the right hemisphere is more involved in creativity, spatial awareness, and intuition. The cerebrum is also divided into four lobes: the frontal lobe, parietal lobe, temporal lobe, and occipital lobe. Each lobe has its own specific functions, but they all work together to create a seamless experience of the world around us. It's like the CEO, handling thoughts, imagination, and decisions. The frontal lobe in particular is often referred to as the executive of the brain. It's responsible for higher cognitive functions like planning, decision-making, and problem-solving. It's also involved in controlling our emotions and behavior, helping us to regulate our actions and responses. The frontal lobe is what allows us to think ahead, set goals, and make plans for the future. It's what makes us uniquely human, giving us the ability to imagine, create, and innovate. Then meet the cerebellum, or the little brain, crucial for movement and balance. Think of it as the city's dance instructor. The cerebellum is located at the back of the brain, just below the cerebrum. It's responsible for coordinating our movements, ensuring that they are smooth and precise. It also helps us maintain our balance and posture, allowing us to move gracefully and efficiently. The cerebellum is constantly receiving information from the sensory systems, the spinal cord, and other parts of the brain, and using this information to fine-tune our movements. Without the cerebellum, we would struggle to perform even the simplest tasks, like walking or picking up an object. Now don't forget the brainstem, the ultimate multitasker. The brainstem is located at the base of the brain, connecting it to the spinal cord. It's responsible for many of the body's automatic functions like breathing, heart rate, and blood pressure. The brainstem also plays a crucial role in regulating our sleep-wake cycle, helping us to stay alert and focused during the day, and to rest and recover at night. It's a vital part of the brain, ensuring that our basic life functions are maintained without us having to think about them. It keeps vital stuff like breathing and heart rate on track. The brainstem is made up of three main parts: the midbrain, the pons, and the medulla oblongata. Each of these parts has its own specific functions, but they all work together to keep our body running smoothly. The midbrain is involved in processing visual and auditory information. The pons helps to regulate our breathing and sleep, and the medulla oblongata controls our heart rate and blood pressure. Together, these structures ensure that our body is able to function properly, even when we're not consciously aware of it. Just like a city's maintenance crew, it works quietly but importantly. The brainstem is always on the job, making sure that our body is functioning as it should. It's a vital part of the brain, and without it, we wouldn't be able to survive. The brainstem is also involved in many of our reflexes, helping us to respond quickly to changes in our environment. It's a crucial part of the brain, ensuring that we are able to stay safe and healthy. And what's a city without connections? Just like a city relies on roads, bridges, and communication networks to function, the brain relies on its vast network of neurons to process and transmit information. These neurons are constantly communicating with each other, sending and receiving signals to keep everything running smoothly. The brain's ability to process information quickly and efficiently is what allows us to think, feel, and act in the world around us. The brain has billions of nerve cells or neurons that send signals faster than the fastest race car. Vroom! These neurons are the building blocks of the brain, and they are responsible for everything we do. Each neuron is connected to thousands of other neurons, creating a vast network of communication pathways. When a neuron receives a signal, it sends an electrical impulse down its axon, which then triggers the release of neurotransmitters. These neurotransmitters cross the synapse, or gap, between neurons, and bind to receptors on the next neuron, transmitting the signal. This process happens incredibly quickly, allowing us to process information and respond to our environment in real time. They help you do everything from acing a test to scoring a goal. The brain's ability to process information quickly and efficiently is what allows us to perform complex tasks and achieve our goals. Whether we're studying for an exam, playing a sport, or solving a problem, our brain is constantly working to process information, make decisions, and control our actions. It's an incredibly powerful and adaptable organ, capable of learning and growing throughout our lives. So, what do you think about this fascinating command center in our heads? The brain is truly an amazing organ, and the more we learn about it, the more we realize just how incredible it is. From its ability to process information and control our actions, to its role in shaping our thoughts, emotions, and experiences, the brain is at the heart of everything we do. It's a complex and dynamic system, constantly adapting and changing in response to new information and experiences. The more we understand about the brain, the better we can appreciate the incredible machine that is the human mind. Drop your thoughts below. Let's get brainy together. We'd love to hear your thoughts and questions about the brain. What do you find most fascinating about this incredible organ? Are there any aspects of the brain that you'd like to learn more about? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's continue the conversation. Together, we can unlock the mysteries of the brain and gain a deeper understanding of how it works. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and we look forward to exploring more about the brain with you in the future.